I can swear, I can joke. I see what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys, and you see me holding up my middle finger to the world. Like your ribbons and your pearls, 'cause I'm not just a pretty girl.
Greetings and welcome back. Thank you for presenting yourself here back at court. I am the Sovereign. Feel free to follow me on all my social media links. They will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and smash the subscribe button because of course you want to stick around and have fun with all of us. I don't want to do a super long video on this because I just did a video on cultural appropriation and explaining why it is important and why people shouldn't be doing it. And yet, y'all, it is very exhausting being a black woman. Like, I do not constantly want to have to deal with certain things every single day, but every day I wake up, I am reminded in some negative way that I am a black woman and I have to deal with this BS. I just did a video on cultural appropriation, and then the next day, turns out someone that I love is low-key racist, and then the next day we're dealing with the Kardashians and blackface, and then the next day, like, it's something every single day, and it is exhausting, and I did not want to address it, but people want to try me. People wanted to try me in the comments section of Sanders Kennedy video, and I was just like, if you think I won't do a video on this, you got me messed up. So I just did a makeup look. So this look will be loaded onto my channel. Everything that I am using on my face here right now will be in that video, just in case, because I know someone's gonna be like, ooh girl, what are you using? I got you, I got you. But let's start with Camila Cabello. I loved her. Like, I was a Camila Cabello stan. Like, I loved her. I have all her music, I have all her songs. Like, when Havana came out, I was like, yes, I have all her music. I was a fan. I was a fan, girl. I was a fan. So imagine my surprise when I woke up and Camila Cabello's racist? Sis, what? No, my girl, no, my girl, no, my girl. No, she's not. She's not. This is why I am on Twitter. I am avidly on Twitter now. Like, I am a Twitter, like, tweeting person. I am there. Because when I saw this, I went and hunted down the threads where they had posted screenshots of her Tumblr. Apparently, Camila Cabello had an undercover Tumblr that she had since she was in high school, where she was posting, like, hardcore racist stuff, y'all. Like, not like, oh, it was a black joke racist stuff. Like hardcore, like, it was racist. Like, that was racist. It was racist. There was no question about it. And the thing that really bugs me is that it wasn't one instance like, oh, she was singing a song and she accidentally slipped up and sang the N-word type of thing. It was consistent, multiple, horrendous, racist posts. It wasn't like a one-time thing. It was she's a recurring offender of some harsh racist stuff. And I was just like, and she released an apology, which you're not, like, no. Because me in my teenage years, I was not stupid. I wasn't stupid. I was never a stupid person. A lot of people are like, oh, we've all done something bad in our teenage years. I haven't. I didn't put it out there. I didn't. I was a nerdy, good girl. I didn't date anybody. I did sneak out of the house. Whoops, I just dropped my settings, right? I did sneak out of the house so that I could play video games with my male friend. My mom wouldn't let me go because she thought we would, like, hook up. And I'm just like, no, we want to stay up all night and play Smash Bros. Like, that was the extent of me doing bad stuff. I was not a bad kid. So when people are like, oh, everybody does bad stuff when they're kids. No, we don't. And furthermore, we damn sure don't do racist stuff when we're in high school. How are you in high school? When you're learning US history and you're learning about racism, that means you literally left history class, went home that day, and posted racist stuff on the internet. There is no excuse for what she did. Don't give me that I was young, because then to me that's insulting all the young people. Like, don't insult young people like they don't know right from wrong. You're young enough to, like, you can go to jail when you're that age. You don't do that. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. That's like saying she's 15 and she committed murder. Like, there's no excuse for that. That was blatant, repeated racism. If you are old enough to use a computer or do research or pull up a damn meme about it, you damn well knew what it meant, and you damn well knew that it was bad. That's why she was joking about it. Like, I make no excuses for Camila Cabello, and it hurts me because I was a fan. I was a fan. I was a fan. And now this just like reinforces in me my fears about how people view me. Like, it sucks as a black woman that I have to think about who I'm around or who I support because they could low-key undercover be racist pricks. It sucks that I have to be careful who I support or give my money to because they could be two-faced and be, you know, trying to hug me and take like a fan photo with me, but like low-key go behind my back and talk crap about me or degrade me or something. Like, it sucks that I have to think about that. It's not fair, and it makes me think twice about supporting anybody who's not black. Because then I have to think, like, do you actually like black people, or are you just using us for our money? Do you really like black people, or do you just want support from us? Like, and it's not just artists, musicians, it's the same thing with like politicians. Politicians are pandering to black people all the time. But we really have to think as minorities, do they actually care about us and want to better society for us, or do they just want us to help them get in office? Like, it sucks that I have to think about that. And I'm just like I don't want to have to be weary around people because I'm not sure if they're gonna hurt me or not. Like, but that's how it feels. That's how it's coming off. Like, it just feels like, damn, it just feels like I can't trust anybody. Like, Camila, you had ethnic minority group members, yo. And turns out that she was posting bad stuff, saying the N-word about her bandmates. What? Normani, while she was in Fifth Harmony, was dealing with backlash from Camila Cabello's fans about, she said that Camila Cabello was quirky or whatever, but Camila's fans dragged Normani. Camila did not help Normani. Like, Normani dealt with a lot of racist crap from Camila's fans, but Camila didn't step up. Meanwhile, the other band members did. Like, Normani went through it, dealing with racist crap from people. So I cannot imagine how Normani felt knowing that Camila was that type of person that would subject black people to that kind of ridicule, because she had to go through it. I had to go through it too. So that's why I'm just like, Camila Cabello's like, oh, it was in high school. Like, yeah, no, of course, yeah, it was in high school. Do you think I don't remember everybody in high school who was mean to me or degraded me or like talk mess about me? That has real world consequences, Camila. People like me do not forget about the hardships you put us through in high school. So saying that, oh, it's when I was young, as if it doesn't matter, or it had no impact, or it's irrelevant, is why we live in the society that we live in today. The things that happened in the past have a serious impact on what's happening currently in the present and will happen in the future. Yes, I remember the people who ridiculed me in high school. Yes, it changed my outlook on how I view the world or how I see the world, and it made me feel bad about myself. And luckily that's turned me into a strong, outspoken woman. But if she thinks for a second that we're just gonna, oh, she said sorry and wave it off, chick, no. Nope. That's like when a guy cheats and he says sorry. Like, ladies, are we really just gonna be like, oh, but he said sorry and it's okay? No, when you do something that disgraceful and disgusting, you need to do more than a sorry. So, and this is coming from someone who was a fan of Camila. She needs to do something, because right now I am not happy with her, and the black community is not happy with her. And for those of you who are not minorities, it is not up to you to forgive her. I keep seeing people like on Twitter, oh, you're forgiven. The apology was not to you. It's not for you, okay? Okay? The apology was for me. Me and girls like me, because I am a Camila fan, or I was a Camila fan. So it's for me. And right now I'm very disappointed in Camila, and I am hurt, and now the way that I view her has drastically changed. Moving on, because I ain't trying to make this super long, because I don't want to have to discuss this all the time. Like, can y'all stop doing this so I can have a break? Kim Kardashian is currently being dragged for blackface. Okay, I saw the picture And I'm not even lying. Like, I saw the picture and I was like, this is a beautiful black woman. It wasn't a black woman. It was a Kardashian. And I was just like, oh. Like, the moment you get mistaken for a black woman and you're not a black woman, it's a problem. It's a problem. And what people have to understand is, I get that people outside of my culture don't get why black people snap at Kardashians, but, and I don't hate the Kardashians, but I do feel like they're kind of ignorant. The Kardashians are in exile. Black people put them in exile a long time ago for doing ridiculous stuff like copping black people style and change the name. The Kardashians have a history, a long history of cultural appropriation. And it's not just from the black community, you guys. Nope. I honestly, to this day, think the worst offense of the Kardashians' cultural appropriation is what they did to Japanese people. Kim Kardashian tried to trademark kimonos. Kimonos, the traditional outfit or dress that is worn in Japan. She tried to trademark it, y'all. A cultural item. What? I don't know. I don't see, that is just, that was wrong. To this day, I think that was the worst thing the Kardashians have ever done. When it comes to cultural appropriation, I couldn't believe she had the audacity to trademark a Japanese cultural item. A well-known Japanese cultural item. Wow. Wow, Kim. Wow. So the Kardashians have a history of doing this, and black people are pretty fed up with all the Kardashians. So the Kardashians are placed in what is, to me, like black exile. Like, black people, there comes a point where we've just had enough, and we will take a black card from another black person. Like, ask Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash has been exiled forever. So the Kardashians are in exile. And I will say this, I don't think Kim meant to cultural appropriate. What I think Kim wanted to do was get as close to the line as possible without going over. Like, she wanted to toe the line. She knew what she was doing. She knew what type of image she was conjuring, but she wanted to hold back and like stay right at the edge of the line before it became a problem. And if you look at the photos of her actual photo shoot, she could have got away with it. It would have been fine. She actually was not tan during her photo shoot. So had the editors kept her the way she was, I feel like it wouldn't have been as much of a problem. But her editing team took her over the line. Like, she was already close to it, but they definitely took her over by digitally altering her skin tone. This is not the first time black people have gotten on people for digitally altering skin tones. So it's not like black people are paying favorites, because L'Oreal tried to lighten Beyonce's skin tone and black Twitter was not having it. So it's not like it's just because it's the Kardashians. The black people will clap when anybody's messing with like a black person's skin tone or trying to like do blackface. Like, we don't, the blackfishing thing, we don't mess with that. So Kim definitely nudged her way over the line by darkening her skin tone. But I don't think she meant to do the whole blackfishing thing, but she definitely is. She's trying to say that, oh, I'm, you know, channeling Elizabeth Taylor or whatnot. If you look at the pictures of like Elizabeth Taylor, she was not channeling Elizabeth Taylor. I know my 1950s history. I love vintage. I love all that stuff. I know what she was channeling. And you could have got away with it, but this digitally altering the skin to look that much darker is a no-no. And she should have known better, because the black community will tolerate that type of stuff from certain people, but they won't tolerate it from the Kardashians, because like I said, the Kardashians are in exile. Black people are not willing to tolerate anything from the Kardashians at this point. The Kardashians are just like the black community as a whole. You know, there's some black people out there that are like, oh, I love the Kardashians, but I'm just saying generally the black community itself does not mess with the Kardashians at all, point blank period. So when it even seems like a Kardashian is stepping out of line, black people will clap, and they will clap hard. Like, even if it's a minor offense, if it's a minor offense from a Kardashian, the black community is pissed. They're in exile, and I can't say they don't deserve to be in exile. Like, the Kardashians have done some messed up stuff when it comes to cultural appropriation and stealing people's stuff. So no, I don't think she meant to, but she definitely did go too far. Like, she legit looks like she's trying to be a Dreamgirls cast member. Yes, I know she's trying to get black people out of jail. Yes, I know she's trying to do this, that, but like, because you are a repeat offender over a long period of time, the Kardashians, number one, need to leave black people alone. Like I said in my cultural appropriations video, leave black people alone. I wish the Kardashians could go even an entire year without stepping on the black community's nerves. Leave them alone and actually start trying to put back into the community that you've been abusing for the longest time. The black community is not the only one that has been abused by the Kardashians, but that's the community that the Kardashians like to pick on the most. Number one, stop it. Stop stealing from everybody. And then actually start trying to give back. Getting a few people out of jail, you're a Kardashian. Getting a few people out of jail is nothing for a Kardashian. I'm talking use Kardashian fame and fortune to make a massive positive change. I want to see them bringing up black businesses. I want to see them making black superstars. Like, I want to see you guys making moves for the community you've been hurting over a long period of time. Don't think you can come in and do something quick and people are going to forgive you. I'm going to say no. I get that she wants so badly to be accepted by the community, especially because she has black kids. I feel bad for those kids because I feel like in the future, black people are going to be reluctant to accept them because they're not being raised within the culture. Like, Kim doesn't understand the culture and we want her to get it. Like, we desperately want Kim to get it, but it's almost like she's blocking out the community that keeps yelling at her because she thinks that the community is trying to be evil, when in actuality they're trying to tell her like what is okay and not okay to do. Kim reminds me of like the guy in high school that desperately wanted to date you and tried too hard and was like he was always in your face, he was always trying to text you, hang out with you, see you, be near you. Like, he was just doing too much and it made you dislike them even more. Kim's that person. Kim is just trying so hard to get black people to like her that it makes black people dislike her more. Kim, stop. Stop it. Kim just needs to stop trying so hard and like lay off and have some respect. I think that's what she's really lacking. She's really lacking respect for the community that she's trying to participate in, and that's why they do not want to accept her. Like, I don't see her getting input from anybody that's black. I see her using black people in her merchandise and her promotions, but I don't really see her giving black people a say, letting black people show her the way. Like, I don't know how she expects to learn if she doesn't allow that input. Okay, Kim, like, I don't hate you. I don't hate the Kardashians. I just think y'all are kind of dumb. Like, the moves you make don't make any sense. Like, I've seen white people on, you know, in our Twitter trying to defend Kim, and even the white people on Twitter said as soon as they saw the photos, they knew black people were gonna be mad. And I'm just like, yo, if you knew that black people were gonna be mad, then that means there was a problem. Like, y'all were kind of outing yourself. I saw that on Twitter and I responded. Cultural appropriation in general, most minorities, you know, Asian people, Latin people, black people, most minorities know it's a bad thing and it's something not to be supported, period. It's hurtful, it's terrible, it's bad. But there are always a few people within each community, minority community, who is uneducated and just doesn't know, and they're like over here defending cultural appropriation or saying it's not a big deal. Y'all are part of the problem. And I'm gonna put up the screen grabs of the people that I got into it with in comments of somebody else's video on this subject, because it was a so-called minority, which, prove it. I don't think it's a minority, but she says she's a minority, so I guess we'll just take her word for it for now, but prove it. She was basically saying that cultural appropriation is not a big deal and black people shouldn't get so worked up about it. And just for those people, just for you, just for y'all, you're dumb. You're dumb and you're part of the problem. And the fact that you're a black person makes me ashamed that you're a part of my community, because most minorities of any race of this world knows that cultural appropriation is bad and that cultural appropriation is hurtful, and don't defend it. Don't defend it. It is bad. It is bad. Period. It's bad. Do not wear Native American headdresses. Do not wear bindis. Just don't. It's bad. And sitting there defending it, you're definitely a part of the problem. And it proved my point, because I was trying to explain to the so-called minority that she should not be defending any type of cultural appropriation, period. when minorities are seen to be defending these bad actions, it makes the majority population feel like it's okay to continue doing what they're doing. Because immediately after I had posted a message telling that person, hey, don't sit here and defend cultural appropriation, say it's not a big deal. No minority would ever say that. No true minority would ever say cultural appropriation is not a problem. As soon as I posted that message, here come white lady, and she jumped into the comments and she was just like, oh, don't worry about her. She's just an angry black woman saying racist comments. And I was just like, y'all just proved my point. You just proved my point. Because you defended this bad action, this woman over here feels like she has the right and the backbone to come in here and call me a racist stereotype, and then co-sign with you saying that cultural appropriation is not a big deal. And in the same message was like, I'm just gonna continue wearing my boxer braids. Y'all just proved my point. Minorities do not breathe life into that kind of situation, because like that happened to me in a split second. Somebody was just like, ha, a black person said it was okay, so now I can do whatever I want. Like, you have to be more responsible than that as a minority. All minorities, Asian people, whatever. Like, even if you don't necessarily agree with it, you have to understand that becoming a vocal opponent of your culture and community makes the majority community that's oppressing you feel like they're justified. That is not okay. So there are some times where I will sit back and I will keep my mouth shut. I will let other black people fight the battle, because I'm not going to belittle them and say that their issue with a certain problem is not valid. It may not bother me, but just because it doesn't bother me does not mean I'm gonna be like, speak out against them. Because if it bothers them, their feelings are valid, so I will shut up. If you are not impacted by the, like, I have a Japanese type of past. For those of you who didn't see my cultural appropriation video, you don't know. So that's what you get for not watching the video. But for other people, I was affected by the kimono thing. I was mad. And if you saw the video, you know why. But for those of you who were not impacted by the kimono situation, just because you're not impacted does not give you license to speak out against Japanese people's pain or frustration with the situation. It was not okay for what Kim did towards Japanese people. And if I had seen a black person telling Japanese people, oh, it's not a big deal, why are you guys mad about it? I would have spoke out against that black person. It is not your right to disregard somebody else's pain, period. So even if you don't agree, keep your mouth shut. If you don't feel bothered by the situation, don't say anything. I'm done. I hope this video wasn't too long. This was another court counsel video. I hope that I do not have to speak on another racial issue, because this is not what my channel is for. As a black female, I have to speak, but I don't necessarily want to. I don't want to deal with this every day. It is incredibly frustrating. I don't want to have to see this every day. It is exhausting. Outrage is exhausting. I don't want to deal with it, but just because I'm tired of dealing with it, like I really am tired of dealing with it. But if something bad happens to anybody, it's not just my culture, to any culture, I'm gonna speak out about it. I'm gonna speak against it, because I feel like as good people, it's all of our jobs to stick up for everybody else. And if you don't, if you don't feel impacted and you don't agree, then just be quiet. But for those of us who understand, it's our job to speak up for other people. So even if I don't want to speak up, which I really don't, because it's just tiring, I will speak up for my community, your community, everyone's community. Legit, if I see people picking on white people and stuff and it's just like bad, I got you too, okay? I got everybody. I want everything to be fair and just and level playing field. All right, we good, we're out. Like I said, this makeup look is in a different video. Go find it. All right, I'm done, I'm out. Please vocalize your opinions in the comment section below. Be kind to one another, be nice down there. Some people had the misfortune of trying me on my social media, trying me on my Instagram, or in the comment section of my YouTube videos. And let me let you guys know, just because I am really nice and bubbly, which is how I am in everyday life, That does not mean that my clapback game is not strong, okay? Do not be mean to the queen because my clapbacks come down like a guillotine. Holy crap. Yeah, that was not planned. That is my new thing. Yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. I am not a modern queen. I am a medieval sovereign. I will drag you and I will enjoy it. So please be nice because I don't want to have to go there with you, okay? Some people got the business. They did. I want to tell you, don't tempt me. All right? I don't mind people disagreeing with me and all that. You know, we have a conversation here. This is my court with all my nobles and my leaders and my queens. Like, I love you guys. So it's okay to disagree, but do it respectfully. I love you all. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because you know you're gonna stick around. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.